The external pressures upon the creative soul sometimes make it seem impossible to actually live a creative life. Bills and responsibilities don't really care about the fact that you need to be in a specific zone, mentally and physically and spiritually even, to create your best work. The realities of day-to-day life make it very difficult for someone to approach the creative life from a healthy and sustainable place. On top of that, the overwhelming weight of social media and marketing in general make it seem impossible for the common person to live their dream. I think this is why oftentimes people say that you shouldn't turn your passion into a job or a career. The need to perform consistently and with the backdrop of having to generate as much income as possible just to survive takes away from the joy of creating. That exacerbates the fear of making mistakes, wasting your time on things that you cannot guarantee will turn out perfectly. All these pressures make it seem like every line should be perfect, and every decision you make with your limited time should guarantee a positive outcome, especially financially. That in time creates a very paralyzing effect. The constant need to pursue flawlessness and efficiency extinguishes the flame that started this whole journey in the first place. Whatever chance you had to stand out in a meaningful manner is taken away. At the same time, we see people like us who seem to be constantly posting online, presenting a perfect image of a successful creative person. It's really hard to know in your mind that what you see online is a very curated image, a presentation, a highlight reel. Even though we know what the reality is, your feelings don't care. You will still feel that you're way behind, that it's too late, that no matter how much you organize or plan, it will never be enough. I think that being very aware of this issue that we are all dealing with is the most important part of the process, at least for me. I have to keep reminding myself to just do my thing. Sure, we have access to everything we possibly need to succeed. Of course, we have all the tools, a lot of them are free, all the information is there at our fingertips. With a bit of dedication and focus, we can actually make whatever we see other people make. But the shift towards so much volume, especially for artistry that takes time and patience and iterations, is very toxic. The definitions for success matters a lot. I wanted to make another video about this subject, but a tidbit from it is that if you really take into account how much actual money you need to have your needs met and have a bit to put aside for emergencies or whatever you need, the amount of dedicated, supportive people that you need is extremely low. But we don't tend to think about it in this way. We just open up Instagram or TikTok or whatever platform you prefer, and you look at the views, and you look at the likes, and you look at subscriber numbers. We think volume is the answer, both for output on our part, as well as input in regards to the number of people that see our work. I haven't been doing this YouTube thing for that long, but I can tell you that numbers really don't seem to mean much. A few interactions that I had, positive interactions, mattered more to me, and you cannot guarantee that everyone will see your work. Especially nowadays when algorithms seem to be all kinds of messed up on YouTube, on Instagram, on everywhere. Just as an aside, the average TikTok I post, even though most short form videos I make aren't that great, stop around 230 views. It does not correlate with the number of followers I have at all. On YouTube, at the moment, I have 125 subscribers, for which I'm extremely grateful, and I cannot believe it. I reached that number so fast. But some videos do very well outside of my subscribers, and others don't seem to reach the same amount of people that I have subscribed to me. Somehow in your mind you think that the number of subscribers is an indicator of guaranteed views, and it's not. So if overworking yourself and creating as much content as possible isn't the answer, and there's no guarantee that people will see or even like what you produce, what are we trying to do here? Because it's very dangerous and easy to fall into this mindset that you're shifting from I like to create into what would people love to see. And I think you should bounce between those two things. Create something that you are interested in and present it in a way that other people might be interested in, sure. But when trying to figure out the algorithm dictates what and how you create, you just become another person who generates content. Nothing we create should be made under the pressure of trying to please or to be consumed as fast as possible. After all, we're trying to grow as professionals. And even if you don't strive to become a professional, you should start from a place of honest curiosity and innocence, really. I have a very structured way of doing things because I like to do a lot of the creation part on my own and the administration of it, and I'm still trying to figure it out. But focusing on so much that has nothing to do directly with what I create brought me to a place where I maybe paint once a week at most, or I create every 2 weeks something new, like a design or whatever. When you sacrifice your passion on the altar of volume, productivity, and hopes of monetization, everything that makes creative work special and human is gone. You cannot stand out, especially today, if you lose that spark. It is essential, and it's probably the only precious thing we have. But of course, we need to eat. We have bills to pay, we have responsibilities, so how do you make it work? I think we should stop undervaluing our work. Of course, don't be the guy who tapes a banana on the wall, unless you really want to, but try to find a balance between creating something honest and personal, and of value, of course, and asking the right price for it. Wasting time creating volume so you can join the race to the bottom that everyone seems to want to join will only bring you into a place where you have only clients that will pay $5 on a drawing and still never be satisfied with what you provide them. At the same time, presentation matters a lot, and so far this project has been an experiment of trying to create a lot of content in a very efficient manner. I've made a lot of videos, and there are still more to come about this project, and I'm improvising everything I'm saying in these videos, no scripts, and I'm trying to figure out if this is what I really want to put out there, or if this is exactly the format I like. Maybe I want something more scripted and more structured, but the improvisation does have its charm. I suppose my point is, we really need to protect our creative bubble in which we preserve why we do this and the process, give a lot of value to the time we want to spend daily on our craft. And even if we don't like to present ourselves in the most popular way with a lot of videos or dancing around on social media, we should find a way to extend that from our work. What if the drawing you make does not finish at the image? It extends to a way of presenting it, maybe a video or a series of interesting images enhance the piece. And I'm ignoring the pressures I talked about at the beginning intentionally, because once you become primarily protective of your journey and your process and the way and why you do things, the pressures might disappear or most likely turn into a powerful force that keeps you focused instead of strangling you. And I know it's really easy to talk about this in theory, but when you start to believe again in your creative process and trust the passion fully, maybe your sense of self-worth gets a boost. And when you have a greater sense of self-worth, you can appreciate and value yourself more, which leads to you having the courage to ask for what you're worth. And I'm not trying to be naive about it. This process takes time, because you cannot spend day and night in front of your computer or whatever tool you use to create. At the end of the day, we like to have time for ourselves, for our loved ones. I want to have the freedom and the peace of mind to be able to enjoy a walk in the evening without thinking about how much I have to record or draw or create or research. Boundaries should extend to yourself as well. You want people to respect your space and your time and your energy and your needs and desires. You should respect them also. So I guess in short, I'm trying to say that you should clearly and realistically define what success means to you. At the same time, what you're not willing to sacrifice for this success. If you're not willing to participate in this rat race in the way everyone else is doing, just don't. Do your thing exactly how you want to. Make the process easy and enjoyable for yourself. Not easy, I mean more simple, because it's never easy. And stick to it. Also, we should reach out more actively, more courageously to find opportunities for ourselves. I just realized it sounds more like I'm trying to tell you to stop taking yourself so seriously, and it's not that deep. What if you reach out to someone for an opportunity and they reject you? On to the next one. What if you're able to put out a video every month, but that video is something you're really proud of? In time, you'll have, like in a year, you could have 12 videos that you're proud of and that you can showcase. Maybe opportunity finds you that way. At the same time, be very aware of what platforms you're not willing to waste time on. I just took a break from doing exactly that, organizing the platforms I want to be present on and the ones I am not really interested in. I'm trying to conserve my energy because it's limited, my time is limited, and I refuse to allow the way the world seems to work to further damage my relationship with my creative side. Well, I guess this is another long rant with me speaking into a microphone that's hanging over a pillow. Alright, we're done with this picture. Next time we're gonna move on to other elements that I'm working on to attach to this project. Oh, and speaking about simplifying things, I opened a Patreon that you can join for free, and I'm hoping that when I post about this new video on Patreon that you'll be notified directly. So please go and have a look. For now, the tiers are in progress. I'm not sure exactly what rewards to share, but I'm sure I'm gonna find appropriate rewards for whenever I have more followers to share my creations with. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share your thoughts in the comments, subscribe, all that jazz. Visit my website for a more comprehensive overview of what I'm up to, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye for now.